Welcome. This is Dr. Linda Miles, and I am going to be doing a series about changing your stories and changing your brain. I'm a psychotherapist and have been for decades, and I have a very strong interest in what's going on neurologically and how we think. And I wrote a book called Change Your Story, Change Your Brain that talks about neurological pathways and how you can literally, not figuratively, but literally change your brain by the stories you're telling yourself. And there's a researcher at Harvard named Susan Lazar, and Susan has done brain scans. And in the brain scans, she finds that people who regularly use mindfulness, that is, dropping into the present moment, tuning into your breathing, that those people actually increase the volume of their frontal part of their brain, their frontal cortex, where they can get above it all and have the big picture, and decrease this little part of our brain in the middle called the amygdala that, wow, is just way too stoked up all day long. So we're not talking about the idea that you can change. We're talking about really changing your brain if you do this kind of practices. And the other important thing I want to try to get across in this series is I want people to become better and not bitter. And we have way too much bitterness all around us. That generates negative chemicals in your body. It is like you're drinking Drano and wanting someone else to die. So what I want to do is get you focused on how to generate positive chemicals and how to change your brain for the better. And I'll also focus on relationships because I wrote a book about relationships. And I wrote it with my husband that I lost him this year. So it's very important that I want to tell that story of him. And I want to say too that even though he had dementia and sometimes didn't know who I was, that because he still had emotion, he told me that he loved me 2 days before he died. Now, he may not have known my name, but he knew my essence. And that was after 35 years of marriage. So I've lived the experiences, and what I tell my clients is you need to love the questions. This is a quote from Rainier Rilke, the poet. You need to love the questions, but you have to live your way to the answers. So I'll also be sharing lived experiences that I've had with clients and lived experiences that I have had with myself and my family. My goal in these videos is to touch your heart and mind and try to help you grow and be better and move away from bitterness.